Okay, so let's go back to the login page, and we were going to go from the login function, right? We want to navigate to the profile page, right? If the user is correct. We had declared a controller for the login, right? That if it was successful, we were showing a welcome message. But indeed, that's not really what we want. What we actually want to do is navigate to the profile page. Yes? So let's do that. We don't want to show a welcome page. We want to navigate. Right? And the way we want to navigate is just the same way we would navigate to the profile page. We want to actually have the URL change, right, to take us to the profile page. Right? So to do that, we're going to need to do that programmatically. Right from here, if the username and password matches, let's navigate there, right? The URL, navigate me there. So to do that, we're going to need to use another magic object, right? That will provide us with a feature of modifying and interacting with the URL, okay? Which is non-trivial. The URL has lots of things. Right? It has a path, has a domain, it can have parameters, right? Encoded in different ways. It could be quite a few things, right? So all the mechanism of dealing with the URL are all embodied in a variable, in an object called $location, right? And one of its most common uses is to navigate from one page to the next, right? I want to manipulate that. And the way we're going to navigate is to use one of the routes. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the profile, right? Which has been configured. It has been abstracted. It has this abstract name called profile, which happens to map to a concrete, right, into a low-level HTML document implementation. But this is a high level. I can call this whatever I want. I can change the routes to whatever I want. So this is an abstract virtual name, whereas this is a physical, actual, concrete file. So we can use the abstract name to say that I want to go to that abstract name there. Okay. So that if I log in, I go to the login page, login, if I type Alice, if I type something that is not valid and I try to log in, notice that it doesn't go anywhere. Perhaps we might want to show an error message, right? So for instance, we might do something like so this is the navigation, we might perhaps do a if we never found it, we never navigated away, and maybe we reached the bottom of this for loop and we never found the user, yes? And we might say scope error message, right? User not found or something, right? And when we have that error message, we could go to the login page and use an alert box, just like we did earlier, no? We might say div class alert, and instead of an info box, which is blue, maybe we could do an alert danger, so it's red, and display here our error message, and only show the error message, right? Only show it, and just show only if there is an error message. If it's truthy, right, we'll show the error message, right? So if I go back here and try to load a login and I type something bogus, right, it says user not found. But if I do type Alice and Alice, right, it navigates me to the profile page. Make sense? Right? Everybody okay? Right. Now this is showing a generic profile page. It should show me Alice's profile page. Right? So an additional element that we're missing here is being able for the login page to pass somehow some attribute or some parameter telling us which profile page should we show, right? And we'll do that next.